Thank you, colleagues, for joining in time. I will wait maybe 1 or 2 minutes, so the other participation can also join in, and then we will start. But thank you for joining in time. Hi, Malabau, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah,
I have
hear
make
you.
I make you a presenter, so maybe I now you can see the option of sharing the screen and everything. Okay, colleagues, thank you. I think people will join in some time. I have already sent the reminders. So let us start so we can finish in time. I again welcome you all of you for this experience sharing webinar. So the idea is to know the what is the CBIT project, how it will be really useful for your countries, because now in our Asia region there is a Bangladesh, Laos, and the Mongolia, which these countries have already completed or the first phase of the CBIT project because they have started early, and this project was really helpful for all of them to prepare their first BTR, and also the in terms of building the capacity in various area. So as you know that CBIT project is specifically to build the capacity. The JEP, the implementing agency, are all the implementing agency, UNEP, UNDP, FAO, all of them are active in the Asia region, those who are supporting this country to provide funding. So I think around 2 or 3 or 4 million US dollars something they are providing to start the CBIT project in your country. And the main idea is to, as from the name, you can understand that to build the capacity of the all the stakeholder in terms of either they are involving greenhouse gas inventory or NDC tracking or support needed and they receive. So these are the quite important chapters of the our first biennial transparency report. And CBIT project will really has helpful for all this country to build the capacity. Some countries are advanced in the inventory, but lacking in terms of the NDC tracking, so they can build the capacity in NDC. So as of now, I think more than 80 projects are operational from the JEP side in the all over the world. And for Asia region also, there are most of the countries now get the either they have applied for the CBIT project or they have already approved project from the JEP. So the idea for today's webinar is to learn from these three countries that how they have planned their CBIT project, how they get maximum outcome, maximum benefit, and what they have planned, what are the capacity building they have arranged in their country, and what are the result of that activities they have carried out. So these are the main discussion point for today's webinar, and we have also provided some proper time for the question and answer session. So I will request everyone to take as much as benefit from this session, and you can of course see the each countries like Bangladesh and Mongolia and Laos activity what they have done in this CBIT, and what is their experience in the from the first phase project. So CBIT is not like the once you get the project and it's completed, you can also apply for the phase two. So these three countries are now in the end of the phase one, and now they will get also this phase two. So they will also learn from the phase one. This is also the first time experience for them. And they have learned from that how to operate that, how to take maximum benefit. But for all of you, this is the first phase of the project. So you can take a maximum benefit and you understand how they have operated. So this is a kind of very good event for today to learn from the each other. And as we are in the Asia region, we I think almost sharing the same kind of the problem challenges in terms of the preparation and everything. So without wasting time, I think there are around 20 participants. So I want to take a group photo, but I think okay we can take that. So I will request each participant to turn on your camera. So we will take a very good beautiful group picture. Okay, people are turning on their camera. I can see this some familiar faces also. Okay, just give me a 1 minute. Let me take a first snapshot. Keep smiling. I can also see the beautiful background of our Malaysian participant Azlan. Maybe he's attending some event. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in time, and take as much as benefit from today's webinar. Please ask the question, whatever question you have related to the CBIT project or anything that you think that could be included as a capacity building, and maybe some particular area which will be a as per your country will be a special because it will be not applicable to other countries, but we will also learn from you. So please share your experience also. Please ask the question. And I think first we will start with the Bangladesh, and you can see the valuable presence of our Mahmoud. He is a deputy director in the Ministry of Environment, and I think he has done a very good work not only the in the terms of the CBIT, but I think they got maximum benefit from the CBIT project. FAO is the implementing agency in the Bangladesh, and they have very good experience, very good outcomes. Also in terms of the what you can say brochures, they have also developed the some good practices. They also have some very good platform they have developed. So I think Bangladesh has done a lots of exercise from this first CBIT project, and everyone, me and everyone, all countries can learn from them. So I again welcome the Mahmood for very gracious presence and agree to speak on this webinar. So I will give the floor to the Mahmood. Yes, please. Thank you, Mahmood. You can start.
Thank you, Jaipal. Uh, can you see my screen?
Yes. I can see your screen. Maybe just you have to go give the full screen.
Is it okay now?
Not yet. It is still showing the.
Okay. Just 1 second.
Yeah, yeah, sure, please.
Jaipal, is it okay? Full screen?
We can see the screen, but not the full screen. Maybe it will take time or should I save the screen?
Yeah, please. I think it will be better.
Okay,
So
okay.
I stop sharing. You can share. Sorry for
No problem. Are you able to
problem.
see it?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Uh, At the outset, I would like to thank CBIT GSP for organizing today's this important webinar on benefits and outcomes of CBIT project. And welcome to everyone for my presentation on sharing experiences of Bangladesh on benefits and outcome of CBIT phase 1 project, which we just completed in last December. Next slide, please. In my presentation, I will just recall Article 11 and Article 13 of Paris Agreement, and I'll share some overview of CBIT project phase 1, which we implemented. And in last part, I'll share a short animation video on our activity on CBIT project phase 1. Uh, In Article 11, you know that it is emphasizes on strengthening institutional and human capacities to reporting on our NDCs, especially for greenhouse gas emissions, mitigation, adaptation activities. And Article 13 of Paris Agreement, uh, as a party to the unity policy, we have to meet enhanced transparency framework under the Paris Agreement. So we emphasize on these two articles under the Paris Agreement, and we have undertaken the CBIT project. Next slide, please. In CBIT project in our country, we titled it Strengthening Capacity for Monitoring Environmental Emissions under the Paris Agreement in Bangladesh. The project was started in January 2020, and it was supposed to be completed in January 2023, but we extended it till December 2023. Our funding source was Global Environment Facility, and total budget allocated for was 0.86 million US dollar. And the implementing agency was Department of Environment, and our development partner was Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. So next slide. So our project objective was to strengthen institutional and human capacities in Bangladesh to meet the ETF requirement of the Paris Agreement and to track the progress of uh, prioritize adaptation and mitigation actions identified in our nationally determined contribution, especially on energy, agriculture, forestry, and other land use, IPP, and waste sectors. And the project component was first one is extended national institutional arrangement and capacity to enhance our MRB measurement reporting and verification transparency in line with our NDC activities. Second one is extend our technical capacity to estimate our emission and removal and monitor the mitigation activities as per our nationally determined contribution. And the third component was to extend our national capacity to monitor and reporting obligation of the UNEP policy, especially on adaptation activities identified in our NDC. And the project has had four outcomes. First one is enhanced our institutional arrangement for data collection and sharing. Then develop best practices for ETF reporting process, strengthen capacity for reporting on inventories, especially for monitoring mitigation activities, and enhance monitoring and reporting the progress of adaptation actions. Next slide. So under the project, we have undertaken a lot of activities. We have developed an MRV platform. I will share the detail in next slide. We have established several institutional arrangement with our uh, data providing agencies for adaptation and mitigation related data. Then we have prepared GSG environmental emission database system. We have extended our IT infrastructure and GIS lab at the Department of Environment. We have prepared a capacity need assessment report. We have conducted 34 trainings, 8 stakeholder consultation with our relevant stakeholders. We have developed an enhanced transparency framework roadmap, and we have organized several workshops on BR roadmap, adaptation monitoring indicator, data collection template, IPCC software, etc. We have prepared several communication materials. Next slide. Uh, as I mentioned earlier, we have developed a capacity gap assessment report. The capacity gap assessment report has been formulated outlining the capacity gaps and action plan to meet the ETF requirement in Bangladesh. Actually, during the initial stage of the project implementation, we have discussed with our key data providing agencies, stakeholders to identify our gaps. So in this report, we have focused we have proposed a structured capacity building plan of activities for enhanced our technical capacity. And we have focused on institutional arrangement, data collection, IPCC guideline, software application, and appropriate analysis method. We have also focused on GHG inventory tracking system. We have uh, establishing a national MRV system and ETF monitoring roadmap. So as per the capacity gas assessment report, we emphasize the important actions which was uh, uh, established under the CBIT project. Next slide, please. As I mentioned earlier, we have exchange of knowledge and lesson learned. We have conducted more than 34 trainings, more than 15 meetings with key data provider agencies, consultation with our data providing agencies, development partners, and the institute which are related to GSG inventory in our country. Next slide. We have improved our IT infrastructure at the Department of Environment, and we have enhanced our GIS lab at the department. Next slide. We have developed a Bangladesh climate change MRV system. It is an online-based web platform which was established to share greenhouse gas emission data and will directly collect emission data, GHG emission data from our key data providing agencies through this platform. Also, any user can have access to check the GHG emission scenario of Bangladesh as per our biennial update report and upcoming biennial transparency report. So we have used this platform as for sharing data and collecting data. Next slide. And the advantage of this MRP system is to understand our emission profile and track trends, which the estimate emission will be projected in future. So the platform will help to understand the emission profile and track trend. We can track mitigation and adaptation actions and climate finance related data through this platform. Um, uh, we can meet UNFCCC reporting obligations, and as we get directly data from the key data providing agencies, so QA/QC procedure is also some kind it will meet the QA/QC process and meet UTF requirement under the Paris Agreement. Also, the platform will help to enhance to take policy making related decisions, regulation, and can inform stakeholders. So these are the advantages of our MRP system. Next slide. And the Bangladesh MRP system have four components. First one is national GHG inventory, as I mentioned earlier, that will directly collect data from our data providing agencies. So as per the IPCC guideline, we'll get all kind of greenhouse gas emission data from this to this system. We can also collect data related to our mitigation actions as per our NDC, adaptation actions as per our NDC and National Adaptation Plan, and also we can track our financial tracker is also as a component in the MRP system. Actually, in this component, we will focus which finance from domestic, either domestic or international finance is received or collected to which projects or initiatives. So these four are the components of our Bangladesh climate change MRP system. Next slide. And we have also developed a Bangladesh Environmental Information System. It's called EIS. Under this EIS, we aims to provide comprehensive and reliable data on various environmental aspects. We have also Geo Portal, where we have some GIS shape file related data, where like sea level rise data we have. Actually, we develop this platform to collect all type of environment climate relevant data in a platform. So next slide. And we have also developed a environmental data monitoring system where we accumulate some environmental data like air quality, water quality, natural resource management, sea level rise, noise, and some other environmental related information. So we have made a umbrella platform which we call this environmental information system, where this environmental data monitoring system and MRP platform is incorporated. The goal of the system is to anybody can get all the environment and climate change relevant data from a single platform. Thank you. Next slide, please. So these are the web address to access MRP, EIS, and EDMS. So everyone can directly check this platform and can access our data. Next slide. Our another important achievement was we have emphasized on our institutional arrangement. We initiated to develop a strong institutional arrangement among the Department of Environment and the key data providing agencies. We have developed a memorandum of understanding MOU with our data repository department, Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics. and we have identified 16 key data providing agencies who have the mostly GSG relevant data in our country. So we have identified those agencies, and we have already developed draft MOU and shared with them, and it is still in a process to finalize the MOU. So we hope that we can complete this MOU in our CBIT Phase 2 project. Next. This is a image. This is a photograph of a data sharing agreement ceremony, which was signed between DOE and BBS on 9th October last year. The Department of Environment and Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics signed this agreement. The agreement is up to 2041. Two departments will work together to share GSG and environment-related data for fulfilling our international obligation. Next slide. And we have also developed a ETF roadmap. The roadmap has been actually it is almost finalized. It is published this month. It is aimed to fast track the Paris Agreement's implementation process in Bangladesh. The roadmap actually identifies short, medium, and long-term goals and timelines that should lead to the country to become ETF ready and complement the guide of the government and stakeholders. The roadmap actually emphasized the institutionalization of the ETF process, enhancement of the enabling environment capacity, then submission of BTR, and mobilization of climate finance from both national and international source. And the ETF roadmap actually, we have identified some milestone under three strategic priority. First one is institutionalization of the ETF process. Second one is enhancement of enabling environment, and third one is capacity building. We have fixed some targeted milestone which will be achieved from up to 2035. So as per this ETF roadmap, we have targeted to be move to tier 3 by 2035. Actually, we have still in following tier 1 method, except our forestry sector. Next slide, please. This is the key milestone, as I mentioned just a few seconds ago, and the target milestone is up to 2035, and this is the activity and key milestones. Next slide. These are some photographs during our project's activities. The left one is a moment in the inception workshop, which was held in 2020. And the right side one is training on GSG inventory at our Department of Environment. Next. And the left one is a training on environmental safeguard and procedures for climate change. And the right side one is a consultation workshop at the Department of Environment. Next slide. These are the communication materials which have been developed under the CBIT project. Next slide. These are the actually key activities which we have implemented under this CBIT project. But for CBIT Phase 2 project, we still have some activities to be completed or to be undertaken. So we have, I mentioned that we have developed an MRP platform, but our challenge is to make it full functionalized. So under the CBIT Phase 2 project, we'll emphasize on our MRP platform to be functionalized, fully functionalized, for getting and sharing data on a regular basis, as we have some reporting obligation like NDC, BTR. So we need to be to make it full functionalized. The second one is we need more time to enhance our institutional arrangement. We have developed a MOU with BBS, but we have identified 16 agencies. So we need to complete MOU with those 16 agencies to establish our strong institutional arrangement. And the third challenge is implementation of our Bangladesh ETF roadmap. So we have developed ETF roadmap, but we have to implement the activities and target milestone which we have identified. So we have identified these three activities or expectation for the CBIT phase 2 project. We'll focus. Next slide. That's all from my side. I'll just share a video clip on our CBIT project phase 1, which we have just completed. So I'll request Jaipal to share the video. And I
Okay, just
finish
let
here.
me. Yeah. Just a minute. I have to start it again. Are you able to hear the voice, Mahmood?
Yeah, it has voice.
Okay, okay.
Our planet Earth is facing a critical climate challenge at present. Rising global temperatures and extreme weather events are not only disrupting ecosystems and endangering the existence of countless species, but also putting human beings at significant risk. Once filled with vibrant life and natural wonders, our beautiful world is now struggling to survive. Bangladesh, an innocent victim of climate change, faces a number of extreme weather events every year, including cyclones, floods, heat waves, erratic rainfall, and sea level rise. To combat this crisis, countries came together to sign the Paris Agreement, aiming to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius and pursuing efforts to limit it to 1.5 degrees Celsius. To advance climate transparency in Bangladesh, the Department of Environment under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change is implementing the Strengthening Capacity for Monitoring Environmental Emissions under the Paris Agreement in Bangladesh project. This project, funded by the Global Environmental Facility and supported by the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, aims to improve institutional and human capacities to meet the UNFCCC reporting requirements such as nationally determined contribution, national communication, and biennial transparency report. Focusing on key sectors such as energy, industrial processes and product use, agriculture, forestry and other land use and waste, the project has established a robust measurement, reporting and verification (MRV) system. The MRV system enables tracking GHG emissions, climate change adaptation, mitigation actions, and financial data collection, analysis, visualization, and archiving. To strengthen institutional capabilities, the project has upgraded the GIS lab and IT infrastructure of the Department of Environment. The establishment of the Environmental Data Monitoring Information System under this project marks a significant milestone in Bangladesh's efforts to monitor and manage environmental data to support an informed decision-making and planning process. The project has fostered institutional arrangements to facilitate data sharing with major agencies responsible for providing environmental and climate change data. Through conducting relevant workshops, training programs, and consultations, the project has built the capacity of government and non-government officials in areas such as GHG inventory, data management, environmental analysis, and GIS. To accelerate climate transparency in Bangladesh, the project has formulated an enhanced transparency framework for the country. Moreover, the project has developed a range of communication materials to increase awareness and knowledge among the stakeholders and data providing agencies. These outcomes collectively monitor the progress of mitigation and adaptation actions outlined in Bangladesh's NDC and NAP. By fostering transparency, establishing key information systems, conducting capacity assessments, and promoting stakeholder engagement, this project contributes to fast-tracking the implementation of the Paris Agreement in Bangladesh. Together, we can combat climate change, protect our environment, and create a sustainable future for all.
Okay, I think I would really like to thank Mahmoud for very comprehensive presentation and also the very informative video which cover the full project outcomes and experience for this all countries. This is a very good example. So I am opening the floor for question and answer. So if anybody has any question related to the Bangladesh CBIT project, please feel free to ask. Can also unmute your mic and ask, or otherwise you can use the chat box. Okay, I can see the. I think there is someone mic is. Okay, I think Prakash has raised the hand. Please, Prakash.
Thank you, Jaipal, and thank you, Mohammed, for a nice and informative video. I think Bangladesh has been inspirational for us to conduct a CBIT program, and we are excited to get approved by our government and go through the process. Just one question about the capacity buildings, that trainings and workshops that was carried out and conducted by Bangladesh CBIT program. The main concern for our country and maybe somehow for Bangladesh also, it is about the resource persons in the field of greenhouse gas emissions, greenhouse gas inventory, and other chapters of BTR. So, how did you manage, or maybe in Bangladesh, did you have those kinds of manpower who were able to conduct the training, or you asked UNFCCC for the help, especially in for the resource persons, because UNFCCC is the only one agency, as I know, who can make us understood about the process and the requirements. That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Prakash, for your important question. Actually, we have organized more than 34 workshops and trainings. Mostly we have some national experts in our country and some FAO experts, but we have few experts from UNFCCC was also joined with us for several trainings, actually, mostly conducted by our national experts, but few trainings was conducted and we get support from UNFCCC.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so there is also the question in a chat box. So let
Jaipal,
me read
I
it.
just Jaipal, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Jaipal, I'm Mohsina from Bangladesh. I just want to share. I just want to add with the Mahmoud presentation. Mahmoud did very well of this project, and after completed this project, he also organized a project completion program. So that program also was the inspirational program. Every different stakeholder in our country can understand how they work hardly and all together work together. And one more thing, the Prakash question also from Bangladesh. under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, the Department of Environment, several persons did a training from your part. We did, and also I did a training like NDC tracking system. So with this training, so many officers can understand these things. So it is easy to that's why we can understand easily. So I think that's um, achievement also you because like UNEP and FAO was really supported us and UNEP also supported us. So that's why Bangladesh, I think now the project completed successfully. That's
Thank you.
from my side.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
And
Thank
thank
you,
you, Mahmoud,
Mohsina.
for the
Thank you.
presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
So there is a question from the ABA. So first question is what key indicators have been used for mapping the adaptation related action? And second is the capacity need assessment included only the government stakeholder or all the stakeholder from the different agencies, those who are involved. Yeah, Mohammed, please.
Thank you. For the first question, what key indicators have been used for mapping adaptation related actions? Actually, we organized several workshops with our key data providing agencies and development partners as well as NGOs. So we identified some indicators as per from the outcome of the meeting and workshop. The indicators were set from the input from the different agencies in our country. And capacity need assessment, we actually focus on the Department of Environment and Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, as well as we addressed our key data providing agencies for capacity need assessment report which we developed.
Yeah. So yeah, so thank you, Mahmood, for comprehensively answer the questions from the India and Nepal. And I think there is no further question, so I will move to the next slot of the presentation, and we have a presentation from Laos. So there is a very good presentation from the Laos also, and I would welcome Mr. Malabau from the Department of Climate Change. He is a Deputy Director in the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, and he has a very good what we can say they have done very good part, especially in terms of the CBIT project, and they are almost completed the first part, and they are looking for the phase 2. So I think I will welcome Mr. Malabau, and please give the as much as experience or outcomes of your experience, share with us, and all the participants will learn from you. So please, Mr. Malabau.
Thank you, Chief. You see my screen?
Not yet. Maybe give it. Maybe we can wait few seconds. Should I share the screen if you are comfortable?
Yeah, you can share.
Okay, okay. Let me share this. Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Malabu. I'm the Deputy Head of GNG Mitigation Division. It is my great pleasure to share the experience about the CBIT project in Laos. Next, please. So today, the content of my presentation will talk about 4 points about the background, the project status, that and challenges, and the next step. Next slide, please. So about the background of the project, we have received from JET financing about 1.2 million US dollar and a co-financing with the government in kind support about 150 US dollar. So the project is started in around 2019 with the project duration about 36 months. But we have extension the project 2 times. The first extension is about in 2023, and second extension is about 2024, and the project will end in June this year. So we have the Department of Climate Change as the executing agency and implementing agency as a unit. So the project objective is to maintain the Laos PDR national capacity to track again climate action, identify the NDC for domestic and international reporting and the PTA framework. So we have in this project we have 2 components. The first is about strengthening the Laos PDR transparency framework for mitigation, and the second one is strengthening Laos PDR capacity to monitor and report as a means of implementation. So for the first component, next slide, please. The first component of the project will be focused on the formalization of international mechanism for internal ministerial cooperation, developing the national GHG database management system, and specific sector species toolkit guideline, and developing the country-specific emission factor. And the second component we will talk about the focus on the climate finance tracking system and institutional capacity building on the climate finance. Next slide, please. For the project implementation arrangement, we have the implementing agency as a UNEP and executing agency as a Monterey and the Department of Climate Change. Also, we have set up the project steering committee, and we have organized 2 times during the project implementation, and also we have the project management unit under the GHG mitigation division in Department of Climate Change. Next slide, please. Yeah, for the outcome of the project, the first is we have make the assessment about the institutional mechanism for interministerial cooperation on the systemizing GHG data collection, sharing, and reporting, which this DCC will be the national focal point to collaboration with other sector like Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, Ministry of Industry and Commerce, Ministry of Energy and Mine, and Public Work and Transport, and Vientiane's Office Management Service about the solid waste management. So DCC have a role and mandate to report or make the national communication report and BTR report that to be submitted to UNFCCC requirement. And in this diagram, we from the first assessment of the project, we see that the political level will be there by the Deputy Prime Minister. And now we are under the Monterey, we are revising this structure because when we're talking about the climate change, we should include the adaptation work as well. So this is focusing on the only the GHG mitigation work. Next slide, please. Yeah, for the key outcome of the project regarding to the national greenhouse gas management system, actually we have some the system had some feature like we have the data input, so which user can input the activity data from the key sector into the system by online or offline based on the data entry template from what we developed, and then the data processing will be processed by the system based on the IP software function, and the default emission factor will pop up automatically when the user input the data into the system. This is very user friendly to the non-expert user, I mean. And the data management will store and read keeping into the system, which user from the sector can modify by authorized user from super admin. And then the final step on which we can make some reporting based on this system. So this user can make a report based on ERT table, the common reporting table, and make summary report from key category. So this system, when we talk about the data flow and data entry, actually the data source from our activity data should come from the key sector like energy, IDPU, and Apollo waste or other. And of course, when the user input the activity data and into the system, DCC will make the QC and QA according data they input. So, and then we can make some report and send to the UNFCCC. And as I explained before, that we have developed the data entry template by based on Excel format. So the user can input or collect the data from the sector into this online, offline mode and online mode as well. We have two options for them. And so you can find the link below is a website address for our system. Next slide, please. So for the main function of this system, we have the home page management, which super admin can promote or disseminate the key document or policy regarding to the climate change, like BTR or BUR and national communication, and we can disseminate some new and event through this home page as well. And we can create or define the user or provide the user and password from for key sector that we identify based on the institutional mechanism that we identify as I explained before. And for the inventory here, as I observed, this system is can create the inventory year by year only, but it's quite time consuming for the user, which is not so good enough, I think. And it's cover only three cases only. Next slide, please. So for the other activity, we also cooperate with the Faculty of Environmental Science, the National University of City of Laos to develop the knowledge product about the two short course training on the greenhouse gas and ensure reporting and verification. This knowledge product will be used for the training and capacity building for national and subnational staff. And in the future, they would like to use or integrate as the curriculum for master student as well. So we have both English and Lao version for this knowledge product. Next slide, please. Yes, for another outcome like tracking finance on the public sector, we develop the Excel based on the Odame system is office oversee let me check oversee direct assistance from the official development assistant management information system, which is operated by the Ministry of Planning and Investment. We have developed the Excel based on the climate change, and so we can see that based on this system, we can classify the climate change receive support from international by adaptation, mitigation, and cross-cutting as well. And this category is based on the BTR template. Next slide, please. So for the capacity building related to the greenhouse gas database management system, climate finance tracking, and PHG inventory and MRV, we have organized the TOT and user training workshop on the national level and subnational level, and with the practical or hand-on exercise from and invite the participants from the key sector to teaching them how to input the data and into the system. And the training on GHG inventory and mensuring and reporting and validation, we have the experts from National Faculty of Environmental Science as a resource person. And the training on the climate finance and training on the integrating GHG and activity data into the national statistic questionnaire form. These are quite important because most of the activity data or data source is coming from the national statistics bureau as well. So we have 11 questionnaire form related to the GHG. Yes, next slide, please. So for the gap, and challenge, as I mentioned before, due to the COVID-19 and the protection rule, and the difficult to find the national expert and international expert make some project relay. And for the institutional arrangement, I think that we still lack of expertise on the GHG data, especially from the line ministry, who will provide the key data into the system. And some when we organize the training, they change the staff. Newcomer come to our training that may not continue for the training. And for the other is about the some sector, they have a specific database system which are not considered the GHG and limited the national specific emission sector. And some they also have the tier 2. They develop the tier 2 as well. But our system is based on the tier 1. So for the other is a lack of knowledge and expertise on the PHG inventory on planning and assessment and QA and QC data reporting according to UNFCCC. Next slide, please. So for the next step, we would like to improve our knowledge on the PHG inventory on planning and assessment, because this will be conduct year by year, and we have to submit the VTR report in every 2 years. This is the commitment for our country. And for the capacity building, we would like to strengthen the for PHG data collection and sharing reporting based on the institutional mechanism that we identify based on the sector as a priority. And for the CBIT project, it will be in June this year. Now we are preparing the project impact assessment and to organize the regional sharing workshop within neighboring countries. And for the CBIT phase 2, as my opinion, we would like to have a clear MRB system, maybe with a seem like Bangladesh system. And we also need to improve our system, because some unnecessary sub-category from the system. Some they have many information, but we don't have enough data to input. Yeah. Thank you for my attention. This is the end of my presentation.
Thank you, Malabau, for the very comprehensive presentation and covering the all necessary component and your experience from the first CBIT project. So I will again open the floor for all the participant. Please feel free to ask if you have any question related to the Laos CBIT project. You can also put that in the chat box also. Okay, so there is okay, my screen is hang, but Malabau, can you see the question in the chat box? Please answer the.
Yeah, I see the question. We have 2 questions here. As I understand for this, the first question is how is subsector data collected? And the second question is sector data aggregate. First, as I explained, we have 2 options. The first, we can direct input the activity data into the online system directly. And the second option, we have to input according to the data entry template that we have developed. But because the design of our system is that based on the data entry template that we developed, it must be automatically computed when we upload to our system, but the design is not yet function yet. So, and then the other option, we can aggregate or collect the data based on the national questionnaire form template that we developed with the National Statistics Bureau. This is quite useful, which we can use for collect the activity data by based on the time series data very fast. Yeah. and then we can input into the system year by year.
Yeah, thank you, Malabau. So sorry for that. My screen is actually hang, but I can operate. So if anybody has any question, please feel to ask. I think Indian colleagues are very much interested to, I think, for the CBIT project, and please feel free to ask any question and in the chat box or anything. And I will move forward to the last presentation from our Mongolian colleague and my friend Ms. Andarma. She is a national project coordinator for the BURs and the NC, and they have also the CBIT project from the FAO, and they had done also the very good exercises and also the some activities specifically for the CBIT project. So I would like to welcome Ms. Andarma for share the experience of the Mongolia.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and it is my pleasure to join this meeting. And I would like to check if all of you can hear me.
Yes, very well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so let me share the screen. Sorry. So is it not full screen?
Actually, my screen is not working.
Right. Okay.
Can someone confirm that?
Yeah, it's full screen now.
Okay.
Yes,
Thanks,
it's full
everybody. Okay, so it is my pleasure to join this lessons and experience sharing event hosted by the GSB colleagues. And so I will go through the benefits and outcomes of the CBIT project phase 1, which was implemented by the Mongolian government, and the implementing agency was the Food and Agriculture Organization under the United Nations. So I would like to disclaim, before going through the presentation, I would like to disclaim that I was not the direct national project coordinator for this CBIT project phase 1, but at the same time, since I was in charge of this, I'm in charge of the national reporting project under the UNFCCC. We were in a very close collaboration with the CBIT project colleagues during the time. So I would like to first go through the Mongolia's effort to the global goal and our reporting status and some of the outcomes, which includes the national greenhouse gas inventory recalculation results. So first of all, the Mongolia has ratified Paris Agreement in 2016 by the government of Mongolia, and since then we have developed this our nationally determined contributions documents, same as like any other countries. And of course, following up to that, we've developed our NDC implementation action plans, which consists of the 2 main sections, which is mitigation and adaptation. And so about the reporting under the UNFCCC, Mongolia submitted 3 national communications, which the last one was in 2018. And this year, last year in 2023, we have submitted our second biennial update report, and the next one will be in 2024. As all of you may know, it's going to be biennial transparency report within this December, right? And also we have been experiencing some obstacles, such same as our colleagues, which presented by our Laos and Bangladesh colleagues. We've been experiencing those problems regarding because of the COVID-19 pandemics and any other issues of caused by the institutional arrangements and changes happened in the government. Right. So in our NDC, the main goal of the emission reduction was 22.7% of emission reductions compared to the business as usual scenario. And so this reduction will be reached by 2030. And but there are, of course, like any other country, as I mentioned before, there are some barriers. So our country-specific barriers in general, there are a lot, but in general is, mostly it's about the institutional arrangements to support and transition into the enhanced transparency framework. Because when people think about the ETF, the ETF is not about, transparently, not only about transparently providing any other information, it's about the result. So as a result, the enhancement in the frameworks of the transparency system would be supported and eligible to use those data, and those human resources can be, capable of that. So it's a very complex issue, but because of the institutional arrangements, it has been a lot of barrier to us. And secondly, our also colleagues mentioned that technological and technical capacities of the MRV system. So I've heard that our colleagues also try to establish as much as possible this consistent MRV system in conjunction with the enhanced transparency framework. And still, because of this institutional arrangements and the continuous consistency of the government and governance, these capacities and this MRV system is not just working as we expected. And thirdly, the inadequate technological and technical capacities into adaptation-related issues. So in terms of adaptation, we've been experiencing conducting those impact assessments and exposures and long-time projections in future projections, and so we can find out the future risks, and then we can define the climate resilience actions and stuff. But at the same time, the MRV system for the adaptation related issue has been a big barrier comparing to the mitigation related MRV system. So let me move on to the Mongolia's recent GHG inventory result. So as I've shown you the NDC target, it was estimated by 22.7% of GHG emission reductions, right? So this estimation is a result based on the previous Mongolia's GHG inventory result, which was under a period of from 1990 to 2014. So, but this result I'm showing on the screen is the recent one that was included in the second biennial update report. And so you can see the emissions and the removals amount. So, you can see from the time series in transitioning into 2019 to 2020, I'm sure a lot of countries experienced this amount of reductions. And based on the percentage of the GHG inventory results, energy and agriculture sector was the biggest emitting sectors. And comparing to the previous result of the GHG inventory, this time, the previous one showed the energy sector was the biggest one that emits over 50%. But this time, the agriculture sector, due to the livestock numbers and other relevant issues, the agriculture sector was over the 50%. So, which is causing a lot of discussions, professional discussions among the stakeholders, in the agriculture and the environmental sector. So the rest of the sectors are not significantly, increasing the emissions comparing to the energy and agriculture sector, so IPPU and waste sectors. So, and also the one thing we should be pointing out is the AFOLO sectors. Mongolian government says that the land use and forestry sector has a lot of opportunity to that remove the greenhouse gas emissions, but at the same time there are some studies and researches to be a lot of further research have to be included in that, conducted in order to conclude this decision. But there are some initiatives are happening currently, such as a billion tree campaign initiated by the Mongolian president. But at the same time, we need more MRV, the validation and monitoring system for this, tree planting initiative. But yeah, so moving on to the outcomes of the CBIT phase 1. I guess I'm running out of time. It's like 5 minutes left there. So first of all, this I mentioned about the institutional arrangement barrier, but under the CBIT phase 1, the key achievements are under this project, we've conducted the stakeholder coordination map, and also we have, in terms of institutional arrangements, it's very important to, sort of laying the groundwork of the drafting the regulations and for the data provisions, and also regulation for the institutional arrangements, how they're going to collaborate, how they're going to coordinate with the to tackle this intersectoral issue, which is a climate change, right? So, and also we have established this enhanced transparency framework guideline-based portal to, we have an existing system, information system called EIC.MN, Environmental Information Center, runs this system. But at the same time, we have to sort of establish the transitioning step. And under this project, the establishing the ETF portal was an important step, I think. And we also, in order to move forward, we have to know that if we are ready or not. So also we have updated the ETF readiness assessment with an in-depth expert recommendations. And based on these achievements, there are improvements like such as national GHG inventory regulation. But at the same time, it's not officially 100% approved yet by the government. But at the same time, it's there. It's data provision is there, so the changing entities and those experts can use this regulation provision, data provision. And at the same time, this climate change law drafting is happening right now. But there are also challenges like no legal mandating. So based on that, we have to tackle that. And also this unstable institutional arrangements and unsustainable allocation, because in terms of institutional arrangements, I'm sure the developing countries are experiencing this financial allocation to run their activities and to run their initiatives on climate change, right? So same as in our country, the financing source for these type of activities are not, sustainable, and it's uncertain. And mostly this institutional arrangements are, considering this climate change related and reporting issues, it's mostly based on the ad hoc project-based approaches, which is causing a lot of, gaps and barriers to move to the, to move or to implement the next step, such as, implementing the CBIT phase 2 as well. And in terms of data transparency, so there are poor collection of activity data and lack of emission factors for the GHG emissions and removals, and mostly in the tier 2 method. Of course, we have transitions into using the IPCC 2006 method, but at the same time, we mostly use the tier 1 approaches using the default emission factors. But under the CBIT 1, the key achievements were the number of pilot measures were happened. So especially the CBIT phase 1 was implemented only for the Apollo sector this time under the NDC. Sorry. And also, in the national livestock statistical data, it was very important for our Mongolia's, estimation on the emission factor for that country-specific emission factor, which was the pilot estimation of indirect methane emission from cattle, but it's not fully conducted and approved yet. But still, I think it's a good step to move further in the next CBIT phase 2 project to continue and finalize this indirect methane emission estimation. So, and the next one was the we also developed the guideline on conversion and of the National Unified Land Territory classification into IPCC classification. And also there was a dashboard for IPCC classification and statistical data. So these achievements were possible based on the close collaboration with the statistical office of national level, and also this land use authority, the authorities who are in charge of the data collection and on the metadata level, and also the data processing level. Yeah. And in terms of capacity building, this whole project is the core objective of this project is that to support capacity building initiative of implementing the NDC. So of course, from technical side, we established those budget, based on the budget allocated. We've provided those technologies, and so we've hosted numerous workshops and meetings to engage those stakeholders as much as possible, and also we've also counted those participants, and also in terms of gender and their participation inclusivity. And also there were some products such as you can see from this title that those MPG guidelines were translated into our own language, and also there were some activities on tracking the adaptation in agricultural sector specifically, and also there were some guidances and some estimation activities and some QC manuals and a lot of handouts as well. And so on the perspective side, sorry, I think I'm taking along, but from the perspective side, there are of course needs for the improvement on national reporting as well. And in terms of NDC's implementation, and based on the framework of enhanced transparency, we are also need to have to be aware and include the LT-LEDs into our further projects that we are keen on to implement in our country, and not only in Mongolia but in other countries as well. I think because of the long-term low emission development strategy included in the Glasgow Pact. And also because of the global stocktake, it's going to be, monitored, and globally, it's on a yearly basis, we have to report on that. So strengthening those capacities, prospectively is very important. And so our next job is like on the CBIT second phase project is under review by the JEF. It's approved, but I think it's the implementing entities are not certain yet by Mongolian side. So I think we are on the way, but all the sectors are included this time. So this makes the differences. And lastly, so in conclusion, I've provided you about the greenhouse gas inventory results, but mostly since the CBIT phase 2 project is gonna be implemented in all the covering all the sector, unlike the previous CBIT phase 1, we have to engage all the stakeholders from the NDC sectors as well, but really concentrating on the agricultural sectors and energy sectors as well, since the biggest emitting sectors are these two. But yeah, and also Mongolia's statistical data collections are, requiring an immediate improvement. And, the data collection step is very crucial for the national level GHG inventory system, and also, maybe on that, even on the adaptation MRV approach as well. And as all of you know, the first BDR of Mongolia is to be submitted in 2024, not only in Mongolia, but the other countries. But we have to be in charge of the, Mongolian government is to gather the human resources in line with the upcoming requirements. And so yeah, I think I covered all these up in the previous slides. So thank you very much, all of you, for your attention. And sorry for taking a lot of time.
Thank you, Andrama, for covering all the content that you have done in the CBIT phase 1 project. And personally, I have also done the review of the Mongolia. So from my experience also, I would like to say that this Mongolia has taken too much advantage of the CBIT project 1. They have done a very good experience. And I can say that from the inventory part, they have done the NIR. So if you had heard that National Inventory Report is the mandatory for the developed country, but Mongolia is taken a step ahead and developed the National Inventory Report, which is a very quite comprehensive, and I think it is around 200 pages. So you can say that from the first phase of CBIT project, they have developed the full time series database. They have developed some disaggregated level of data for the especially agriculture, and because it is a very substantive category in the Mongolia. So from the previous reporting, they have done a very good improvement in the whatever they were done reported in the previous NCs and BUR. So I would like to congratulate the Mongolia for done that very extensive exercise. And that's the objective of our today's webinar also, that CBIT project is very useful. Yeah, yes, Andarma, please.
Thank you very much, Jay Paul, for mentioning about the QA. So I was also thinking to mention it, but because of the time is short, I forgot about it, and I would like to express our gratitude towards you, Jay Paul, and the other colleagues who supported these activities. And yeah, as mentioned by Jay Paul, they kindly, approved our request conducting conducting QA on both on BUR and NIR as well. So it's been also a lot of support for our work, and it's I'm very grateful about it and about the result. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anurma. And I would like to open the floor for all the participants. If you have any question to any country, this is the time to ask. And you can say, you can of course unmute your mic and speak, or otherwise use the chat box. And from the all three presentations, we can see that they all have strengthened their institutional arrangement. I think in the developing country, this is the biggest challenge, that we have a proper system. We have a system which is working because we have submitted the BURs and NC, but this is the time that we have to strengthen it. We have to coordinate with all these agencies, and we have to also coordinate with all of them to put at one place. So we not every time that we have to ask them to please give me data, or what is the rationale behind the data assumptions and everything. But the kind of the Bangladesh that created the MRV platform, that is very useful, I think, for the not for this first BTR, but for the all the for future subsequent BTRs. It will continuously improving, and at one stage you will develop the system like the developed countries. So every 3 or 6 months, the data will continue to come, and the further process will automatically conducted like QA/QC and the report generated and everything. So I think institutional arrangement, and the from the Bangladesh, we also see that they have not only covered the 5 sector of the inventory, but they have covered the all the sector, the adaptation, mitigation, NDCs, and everything. So people are taking our neighbor countries are taking a too much advantage of this CBIT project. So I would also request all of you to take as much as advantage. And until I am waiting for the question from the participant, I am also sharing the one link of the Mentimeter, so you can also continue to answer some questions from our side. And I can see the
Jaypal,
yes,
I
Rajan,
think
please.
sorry,
Yeah.
I can see the
Yes, Anand.
Anupa's question on eic.mn, right? So
Yeah.
sorry, the eic.mn is run by the Institute for Hydrology and Meteorology of Mongolia. It's a government agency, but the eic.mn objective is to, how to say, aggregate those data on the national level, those agencies, national agencies. So it's within the national agencies. Of course, there are some publicly available data under the eic.mn, but I'm not sure if it's supporting English version. I've seen a lot of Mongolian version data as well, but some of them are, it has a layer, privacy layers. So I'm not sure. And the why I'm trying to come back with my Nikon instead of texting is that I mentioned about the ETF portal, establishment of ETF portal. So under the CBIT project phase 1, of course, we initiated that and we've developed this portal. But at the same time, we also experienced a challenge on that because of the human resource who can run that. And the cons of, implementing the project-based and ad hoc-based activity. People who developed this ETF portal, they used the other technology. It's not non-consistent with the eic.mn. So which caused it for the consistency in the future use of this ETF portal. So that's why I was so worried about this activity. Of course, the initiative was good, but at the same time, if you are using a lot of technology and ad hoc based working groups for the projects on the other activities, but at the same time, if you cannot run it in the continuous manner, then it's no use of the new technology or the upgraded ones. So anyone, and so I think it's better also, better to learn that anyone can have an access to those technologies in the future as well, and sort of, stock take the national circumstances. Yeah.
And yeah, thank you, Anurma, for the answering the question. I will move to give the floor to Rajan from the Nepal.
Thank you, Saipal. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
So first of all, thank you very much to all three presenters for your insightful presentation. So basically, from your presentation, I can see that there is a huge ownership from all three government. That is a very good part. Looking to the Nepal, like we are still struggling to get the final sign of the civic project. But from Bangladesh, Mongolia, and Laos, like I can see that the government ownership and the government engagement is very proactive. So I'm like a little bit focusing on the stakeholder engagement, like is in terms of the collection of the data. So because from the Bangladesh presentation, I can see that like you have engaged so many stakeholder for collecting the data and for the information. So my question is like, how did you identify those agencies, like who provided you the data? Are they a private sector or those data providers are from the government sector? And another question associated with the same thing is the financial burden. For data provider, for now, from CBIT project, you can pay or you can fund some financial burden. But what about in future? Like how you are thinking to managing those agencies so that they could regularly provide you the data? So you mentioned that you have done the MOU between the agencies, but it's still for Nepal, since we are struggling to collect the data from different agencies and some of our government agencies, they are responsible to communicate or report the data. How you think that Nepal should take advantage of the lesson that Bangladesh or Mongolia or Laos that you have learned so far? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rajan. And I will open the floor for the our countries. Maybe Bangladesh, Laos, or Mongolia want to answer. So from my experience, Rajan, I can say that to identify the agencies, those who are providing the data. So if you have prepared the some previous BURs or NC or national communication, then maybe you can identify that those who are already included in that NC. And in addition to that, you can also search for these government agencies, those who are already collected as a part of the statistical work. So like Bangladesh as a statistical agency, maybe if you have some particular agency or department, those who are collecting the data, not for the purpose of inventory, but as a general rules under the government, they are also collect some data. And maybe then the Ministry of Environment can do some kind of MOU or kind of agreement with them. But as part of the funding, you are saying that under the CBIT project, you are right that the government is not providing funding to these agencies, those who are providing data or something, those who are working with the Environment Ministry to prepare the BUR, BTR, NC. But um, under the maybe a under the NC project or BTR project, then maybe you can give the fund. But I think for the CBIT project is specifically for the capacity building. So as per the maybe a JEP deliverable, maybe you are not able to provide money or any kind of funding, but you can spend money specifically for the capacity building. Like if the Department of Energy or Agriculture are particularly interested in to learn that how to collect the data, how to process, analyze, store everything in terms of preparing the first BTR, national inventory document, then maybe you can provide specific training to that particular people, but not in terms of finance, I think. So I think I have covered your question, but if you have further question, please do not hesitate to ask. And the last exercise that I need your answer, some feedback. So I have shared the link in the chat box. So until we have we are receiving a further question, please click the link in the chat box. This is also the part of our exercise, or you can say reporting, that we are doing a kind of webinar and we have to report to the Jeff that we have done this, and this is the views of the participant, those who have present during the webinar. So if you are not able to see the chat box, this is the barcode. You can scan and answer the question. Otherwise, you can also just type the www.menti.com and enter this code 43702597, and you will have access to the all the questions. There are only a 7-8 question, just general basic, where are you basic from, and what is the status of your CBIT project, what is the challenge that you are facing in implementation, and that's just like, and what is the review of today's webinar. So I would request all of you to please answer this survey. This is a completely anonymous, so we are not know who is answering what, but uh, so I can see there are already 7%, 8% has already started the feedback, 10 people. So I would request all of you, this is just a simple, I have also put the barcode in this first 2 slides. So you can scan the code or just open the link in the chat box. So first question is, where are you from joining? And the dot on the map, you can see we have a participant from Mongolia, Bangladesh, yeah, from Laos, also Sri Lanka. Okay, so this is the question I think useful for all of us, that what is the status of your country's CBIT project? And I think this is a very good answer, that we are happy to see that there are almost 9 countries where the CBIT project is already running. So uh, I think in the next year, maybe we can have a better experience. Maybe we have a 5, 2 or 6, 7 countries who can share their experience of the first year of the CBIT project. And what are the greatest challenge for your country in the implementing the CBIT project? Maybe the project will be approved maybe 1 or 2 years before, but it is not yet started. So what could be the possible problem or challenge in your country to start this CBIT project? I think this problem mostly side from the government and the implementing agency, because both of them are maybe a busy or more, they need to do some formal arrangement agreement with. And the next question is there any specific area that you are targeting under the CBIT projects? Means you have identified particular area that you want to build the capacity for your country according to your national circumstances. So we have around 24 responses, and NDC tracking, inventory, agriculture, NDC forestry. I think emission and NDC tracking both are the mandatory for the all developing country also. So I think this area will be a uh, focus for the all this country to build the capacity from the CBIT project. Yeah, and this question will be a more of interest for the UNFCCC side, but just I have put it. So we don't know who is answering, but there are 3 countries, or maybe you can say 3 responses. So I would request other people also. Yeah, so you can say there are 4 responses who are saying that they are able to submit the BTR. I think we have just passed the 4 month, and let's see what's going on. But if you have CBIT projects already active, please take as much of advantage and build the capacity of those all people, all the stakeholder institutions, those who are involved, so they are in a better position to prepare the BTR. And I would also, this is the first virtual experience sharing webinar in the 2024. But if you want to learn something more, or if you want to interested in particular topic, please share it here. Like NDC tracking, some also climate finance. So we can also arrange kind of other webinar where maybe we can invite 2, 3 or 4 countries, maybe also from developed country, that they can share the experience of how they are preparing the CRTs or tracking the climate finance or tracking the NDC goals. So yeah, that are the and yeah, this is the last question. So how do you satisfy with this webinar? So I can see the 8 responses. So I would request all of you, please use this link and give your views. It is a part of the reporting for us. So I would request to please click the link in the chat box or just type www.menti.com and enter the code on the top of the screen. You can also see 43702597. And I will share the all the presentation with all of you, those who have present today. And we are happy to also, if you have any question, please send it to me or maybe directly to the country, those who have presented. We are happy to answer as much as question you have or any suggestion or any comment, anything. So the link is still active. I will also put it in the email which I will send you. So I am stop sharing, and if there is a no further question, then maybe okay. I can see some question from the Pakistan. How many I take advantage of CBIT activity for our BTR? Okay, so maybe I'm considering that the participant want to know the advantage of CBIT project for our BTR. So maybe you can identify the challenge, or maybe you can do some kind of a gap assessment that this is the particular area that are quite challenging for you when you are preparing the BTR. And then this area, maybe you can start something, you can looking out for the some workshop or some expert, those who can provide support to that area, and then maybe you can build the capacities. So like CBIT GSP, there are also some agencies who are particularly working in providing the support. So we are also happy to cover the needs or any kind of gaps that you identified. And I think Bujizmad also has question for Bangladesh. What is the MRB platform accessibility? I think I have also used that platform. So it's a quite simple, and all the stakeholder basically they can provide enter the data that they are collecting specifically in terms of the inventory and also for the other sectors also like health and the everything they are collecting, they are also putting that data. So it's kind of the not an inventory platform, but the kind of a data platform where all these stakeholders, those who are involved in the climate change related activity, they are providing the data. They have a particular access to a kind of a password, so they provide that. But as from the user side, we can see that something like progress or what are the data has already submitted. So there are some graphical formats. So yeah. And I think they are also planning to improve it in the second phase of the CBIT. So it's a continuous exercise like our BUR, BTR, NC. So, and I apologize for the taking longer time, but our topic is uh, quite like that we have to discuss and discuss. And this is a very good topic that everyone I want to talk, discuss, and share their experience. So I think there is no further question. So I will uh, end this presentation and end this webinar today. Thank you all of you, all the participants, and special thanks to our colleagues from the Bangladesh, Laos, and Mongolia to take the time and present their experience about the first phase of the CBIT project. We are very grateful for your kind presence, and uh, all the developing countries from the Asia and our neighbor countries are delighted to see that you have achieved some key outcomes or you have already identified something that this is the area where you need a capacity building. So thank you so much. And thank you all the participants, those who are present for the continuous almost 2 hours. So I would really thank you and uh, appreciate that you are interested in to learn and take as much as advantage of the learn from the other countries also. Thank you. So I will end this webinar. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Dharma.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Zaipal.
Thank you so much.
And see you again
Bye-bye.
through
Bye.
another workshop.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
thank you for the for such a very enlightened and
Thank you.
educational and yeah, thank you, informative session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Asif.
Welcome. Welcome.